Well, guys, we do have a very interesting news story to talk about here. So, Pokemon Gray. This is a game people presumed would come out after Pokemon Black and White. Instead, we got Pokemon Black and White 2. So now let's talk about what happened with this game that never happened here. So Junichi Masuda, in my opinion, he's probably the most important member of the Game Freak team currently. The only other guy I can think of is maybe Ken Sugimori in terms of value he brings to the company, And he is the designer of most of the original 151 Pokemon. If you didn't know who he was, now you know who he is. Anyway, guys, in an interview here, Game Informer talked to him about Pokemon Gray, and here is exactly what he had to say about the game here. A lot of people were expecting Pokemon Gray at the time, but the concept of Black and White was kind of these opposing forces, a yin yang kind of thing. That's Taoism. If we went with Gray, it would have moved away from that concept, so we decided to keep the titles there. So that's an interesting philosophical reason, which is something I did not expect to be the cause of why Pokemon Gray never came out. Taoism is a pretty big deal in Asian countries, especially China, because that's the birthplace of it in Xi'an City. If you guys don't know what Xi'an City is, let me pull out Google Maps for you. I want you guys to see Xi'an City here. So let's pull out Google Maps right now. So guys, this is Xi'an City here. It's still considered Eastern China, but it's pretty far west. So this is where it is, guys. This is the Gobi Desert over here. This is the Gobi Desert. So you're approaching the Gobi Desert, which is a harsh terrain. As you see, civilization definitely. You see the difference there. You see the difference in civilizations between the Western and Eastern. There's a reason here because the climate is goddamn awful here. But see, look how built up Eastern China is. It's a pretty big dynamic. So Xi'an's probably towards the end of the civilization in China. So let's go back to the news story now. So that was just a little bit of a geography lesson I wanted to provide you guys with. But yeah, this is a very, very big news here, guys. So there's another quote here of interest. So Game Informer talks about more remakes here. And it sounds like Game Freak won't just pump out new Pokemon games as they remain interested in revisiting past titles, guys. So yeah, that's interesting because, in the past, Fire Red and Leaf Green, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, that makes it seem like the company's okay with doing remakes as often as possible, and maybe, Platinum, Emerald, you know what I'm saying? But what they're saying here is that in this day and age here, they're kind of changing that philosophy here. There's a reason we didn't see Gray, but even though at the same time, Black and White 2 is still kind of a remake. So, but the more surprising one for me was there was no Pokemon Z. They never revisited Kalos. So that's something I find very interesting, But this is the reason why. I don't think we're focused exclusively on making new stuff. I think it's important. The nostalgia factor is one thing to give these memories, this content, another chance to shine for new players. As a player myself, I enjoy that. Oh, I may have indeed misinterpreted the quote here. Let me read this again. Another topic on Game Informer article is remakes. Just like in the past, it sounds like Game Freak won't just pump out new Pokemon games as they remain. Oh, so my bad, guys. I did in fact not read the quote properly here. It seems like they are interested in doing more remakes here, as they don't want to push out new Pokemon games every year. So my bad. So definitely expect Pokemon Z, maybe not Pokemon Gray, but I think Pokemon Z. I think maybe actually we have Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun, so that's been done. But I do think a Diamond remake next year, so definitely expect this stuff to be coming out, guys. So overall, if you do want to purchase Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun, 2 games that are coming out soon, we'll have a link down below, guys. But I just want to tell you guys, thank you very much for watching the content. The views have been going up recently. I do appreciate it. So overall, I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you. Bye.